You don't do things because it's hard. You don't do things when no one's watching you. Then you're not going to be a champion. I'm telling you right now. If you can only work hard and do the right things when the sensei's in the dojo or the sensei's on you, you're not going to be a champion. You have to be self-motivated and you have to be disciplined to do the right things all the time. If you're supposed to run, you run. If you're supposed to lift, you lift. If you're supposed to go to training, you train. If sensei's not there, you train anyway. If there's one guy in the dojo, you still work out with one guy. You don't skip practice. You know, no one's here. Let's just go home. No, you're there to get better. Same thing with talking. There's no time to talk during training. On the mat, work, train, talk to them after class. And you guys are doing randori especially. You shouldn't be gabbing, talking, work. Push the other person. Make them meet your intensity. That's how you get better. And if they're not as good as you, work on new techniques. Throw them with something different. Make it a challenge for yourself. Well, I heard Stevie talk yesterday to Mary. Today, if you find this match and the girl's not that good, I'm going to make you only throw with a certain throw to make it challenging for you. Right? Because it's not about winning that contest, it's about getting better for next time. Same thing when I was a kid. My dad, when I fought matches locally, I wasn't allowed to pin anybody. I wasn't allowed to do newaza. I had to throw everybody standing techniques. If I was pinning them and it was a really hard match, I'm holding them down and my father's yelling at me, let him up! Let him up! Don't care, you got a clue! That's how you become a champion. You gotta be challenged every day. I'm not just telling stories, this is true. All right? I'll let Stevie talk to you about what he saw at the tournament. We saw a lot of similar stuff, guys.
So, first of all, I had a brother that was similar to his dad. It was no fun, but it got me where I am today. First of all, I want to talk about one thing about the newaza, is that when I see people doing newaza chikome, it's usually time to relax and get ready for work. Okay? You need to do newaza chikome with intensity. Every step with intensity. Have your partner give you a little resistance. You must learn the moves. That's when you're learning the moves and you're developing them. Okay? It's got to be done with intensity and seriousness. Okay? Otherwise, you'll never get it. What you learn here transfers into the competition. You have to do it here. It's important. Okay, so yesterday, all you guys fought hard, and I'm proud of you for that. However, I see the same mistakes pretty much with almost everybody. And from our beginning teaching Judo, when we look at certification and everything, two things we concentrate on from the beginning. It's posture and kazushi. And those are the two things that we're missing. So we have to pay attention. Posture is critical all the time. When we do chikome, when we do nagikomi, and when we're doing randori, we must be aware. One of my pet peeves with people is that a judo player's natural defense, always, to bring his elbows in. How come? Because my goal, I want to get my opponent here. Here's where I throw my opponent. So naturally, my opponent's going to be in tight. Okay? It's really hard to get it. How many of you guys struggled throwing yesterday? Raise your hand high. I saw you. Okay? Two things. We saw it from different ends. He told me, I told him, it's all posture and position. Okay? First of all, whether Fuchimata, Tai, or Seyanagi, we must pull on our first step when we're okay? It's critical. I watch this all the time, and this is a problem. This won't work in judo. When my foot comes, this arm goes in. Okay? That's his first reaction. So I end up coming here, and I'm pulling now, and I can't get it, and I can't do the throw. And I end up like Raven, like this. Does this feel familiar? First step, this hand needs to be up. Tayatoshi, this hand has to be up. Look at him on his toes here. This is where I need him to execute my techniques. Okay? My back must be straight. Must be straight. Whether it's Tayatoshi, Uchimata. Okay? I must have my opponent up here when I execute my throws. That's how it's going to work. If he's in here, or if my kazushi is here, which most of you, even when you get the arm, it's always down here. Okay? Your throws aren't going to work. They're not going to work. You end up falling down on your face. Does that sound familiar, guys? Okay. Posture in kazushi. You must pull on our first step. One other thing I saw. You want to add something?
Well, I'll let you talk first.
One other thing I saw is your supporting foot needs to be under your body. I'm watching too many people try to uchi guard with their foot all the way out here. And their opponent stumbles, and as he's stumbling back, I've got to recover, and I can't throw him. I've got nothing left. When I'm doing ochi or kochi, I have to bring my supporting foot, my left, for me it's my left foot, in. So just in case I stumble my opponent, I'm in a position to continue on or go forward. If I have to recover from my attack before I make an attack, I lose it all. How many of you guys tried uchi yesterday? I watched. That's what I'm talking about. You guys are stumbling after the throw. You know what I'm talking about, right? You're trying to catch yourself. Bring your supporting foot in. So when you practice, when you do uchikomi, when you do nagikomi, you need to have your supporting foot under your body. You guys trying Uchimata from out here. Not going to work. Okay? So when you practice, specifically be aware of that. And are we using Uchikomi when we start? Okay. I'm going to be watching. Okay? Make sure you get good, strong kazushi. Okay? When we do nagikomi, always good, strong kazushi. All the time. Okay, that's the difference.